Welcome, friends, to a moment of spiritual empowerment and connection. On this January 28th, 2024, we gather to delve into the transformative power of affirmative prayer. Join Reverend Judith Taylor of Tyler Unity Center as we explore the profound impact of positive, intentional prayer on our lives and our world. May this sermon inspire you to harness the power of your thoughts and words in prayer, creating a life filled with positivity and purpose.
And we know that when we speak of a name, we're talking of the nature of that name. So it is not just the letters, it's the nature that God represents. The power that trumps all power. God is the only power. Although in this world we appear to see good and evil, we know there are not two powers. As the Master said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So with all the billions of stars and planets, it's all God. Feel that. It's all God. Nothing opposes your good. It is all God. We don't necessarily see all the details because we live in time, in material. The reality is the part that is not necessarily visible to our eyes, but what we feel. Feeling is the secret, and feeling informs belief. When you feel God as one, and feel yourself as part of that one, an integral part of that one, you are knowing the truth. The truth is what will underpin all of your actions, your thoughts, and your attitudes. The wonderful thing is that as you live, you get to discover all those things that were hidden underneath, what underlies certain experiences or attitudes. You get to experience how that can change as you believe. You get a chance to understand yourself better than you ever could by just watching as you live in this wonderful world. We're all on a learning journey, and we always can learn more. So there's never a chance to be bored. There's never a chance to have nothing to do, because we can all grow. We can all be more. The blessing of that is that you are more. We are more right now. As we feel our oneness with God, as we see the handiwork of our Creator in everything, we are able to truly understand that we are the beloved. We are the creation of love. That's our purpose. Our purpose is love. Individually, collectively, planetarily, galaxy-wide. Remember, you're part of the whole, an integral part. So the love that you, one human being, feels, expresses, lives, improves the whole of creation. You are integral, and your love is a blessing. Allow yourself not only to give love, but to receive love, and most of all from yourself. Let's take a moment and focus on the oneness with God we enjoy, and the fact that with God being love, we love ourselves. We love our life. We love our planet. Let's feel this. are love. You are loved so much. Your life is a demonstration of God's love for us. You are a blessing of joy. And everywhere you go, you make the world a better place by expressing your inherent God nature. We appreciate you. You change the world. We know the truth as we see it in you and in us. We see our world through the eyes and heart of love. And more, the external shows the internal. It's all love. We know this more and more every day. And so it is. Yay! I get the best of Sundays because I get cookies. Thank you. You know, the state of your being is what's important. So if you are having fun in a warm puddle of mud, and that feels heavenly, that's heaven, and that's good, and it's fine. We are creators just like our Creator. So we have those same qualities. We can call things into being. We can look at something and say, so, think so, and turn into a new direction. We don't have to continue what has been done in the past. Well, my family always did. Okay, that's nice. But you are an expression of God here, now. So what used to be, that's nice. But we're not in the used to be. We're in the now. And that's so important because a lot of the things that we have as complaints or little things that irk us are simply echoes of the past. It's an echo. It's not even the real sound. It's the echo that we're remembering from what we think we experienced. One of the things that really makes a difference for me is to remember that what I think I experienced is not the whole of it. It's not. There's no way. Even your experience of you is not the whole of you. You're more than that. You know, we go through life and we may get a little irritated with this or stay green. Oh, the light turn red. All those little things that we say, this is good, that's not good. I don't know about that. That's us. God said everything is good. And if you really look in it without the barriers of time, you'll see that for yourself. You know, whether it's something growing or something changing. That's one reason I celebrate compost, because some of the things that I don't like, compost is good. That helps things grow. So sometimes stuff comes in your life just because it's compost. So we don't really. Compost is a good thing. Can you imagine if nothing broke down, nothing was biodegradable? It'd be kind of a heck of a world, wouldn't it? So we're glad that things can compost. But compost is not just a pile of organic matter. Compost, you take it there. You put it in compost, consciously building something good from what was waste. You don't just throw away spoil and just ignore it. Because all of your experience is important. Everything that you go through helps you learn and grow and understand other people. All of us are watching you too. So that you are an example for everyone in your world, whether you know them or not. So I suggest you do this one thing. Remember who you are. You are beloved. And if God is all there is, doesn't that include you? Doesn't that include your experience? Doesn't that include your dreams, your desires? So there's nothing going against you. The whole universe is constructed so you can be the best you are. The whole universe. Just because you don't see it on planet 1269.3 doesn't mean it's not there, you know? So the certainty that we can see and feel that God is all there is, the only power, that is enough for us to realize the heaven we're in. Because even when you're shoveling compost, you're gardening. So if that's the job for today, to shovel the compost, that's a good thing. If it's planting the seeds, that's a good thing. Transplanting things, whatever it is that you're doing in your life is a good thing, because I know that you have a forward trajectory. You're not sitting in anger or bitterness or any of that nonsense. You have something you want to do while you're here on this wonderful planet. And the planet is wanting you to do it. That's a magnificent thing. It may be something that no human being has ever seen before, but you feel it. The whole universe wants you to outpicture your highest goals. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? And we are the ones in the driver's seat. A lot of times we say, well, whatever God wills. That's your job. God provides. And you say, oh, I like that one. No, I think I'll go to this one. You choose. Now, just because the tradition is, oh, all of us are teachers. Teachers and preachers, that's what we do. But if that's not what you want to do, that's not what you're here to do, you won't be very good. And you won't be happy. We live in such a marvelous world that you can be a professional jump rope player. You can make a living from playing jump rope. Think about it. There's a lot of things that we consider, oh, that's just recreation. Well, what is recreation but recreation? So recreate yourself in the image and likeness that you know. And if you don't know, we have our marvelous tool, affirmative prayer. Now, we talked about affirmations a couple of weeks ago, and I used the, I don't know the English term, but affirm. You bring into existence those things that you are affirming. So if I'm affirming I am health, I'm getting healthier. If I'm affirming I'm broken, it doesn't work, then I'm going to get more of that. Even our attitudes about the world and its atmosphere, the big things that are happening, we affect them. Because this is a mental and spiritual universe. You notice how material things kind of lag behind the attitudes? You know? You can even put it in terms of the government. They got to talk about it. Then they got to fight about it. Then they got to agree. Then they pass it. Then they see about putting in order. So things take a long time. But in the kingdom of heaven, it's like right now. Because time is something we use. Remember our everywhere, everything, all at once? That's God. So all at once, everywhere, God is there saying, what did you choose? What would you like? What are you working on? What do you want to know more about? All of those things that we are asking for exist now. They don't have to come from somewhere to get to us. There's no ticket or passport. You know, it's here, right now. And it's our realization and acceptance that makes it become realized, real eyes, real I. So the power is in your hand. Now, I think it's important for us to remember that God is not Santa Claus. A lot of times we act like it is. There's no list of good, list of bad, naughty or nice. There's just love. Just like you guys who are parents know that your kid could wreck everything, but you still love them. You may not like the situation or what happened, but that being is a being of love, and that is what you feel. How much more God? So, just as Your child might ask for something and use the wrong word, but you know what they mean. That's true with God. Sometimes people say, well, I don't know how to pray. It's your feeling. It's your feeling. First thing we say, well, let me go back. There are many denominations of New Thought, and they have their own lingo, which is cool. It's normal. One of the things that religious science says is that when you manifest something, it's a demonstration. Now, I think in terms of school. So you're in school, you learn science, and says, let's see how this works. And you do it, and you've demonstrated that principle. So that's what we're doing with our lives. We're demonstrating that we know that God is love and love is everything. And when we see something that is not like that, we don't change who we are. We don't change our beliefs. We hold to what we know to be true, and it manifests. There have been so many times where someone talked to someone, and they thought they understood. And later on, they find out that they really didn't. They were seeing from what their past, but the person was speaking from their past. And the present, where those two oceans meet, it mixes, just like the water. Have you ever seen a photo of where the Pacific and the Atlantic come together? And it's almost like there's a line there, but it's a wavy line because it's all mixing. So as we are together, my world and attitude mixes with those that I encounter, and I grow from that. Sometimes we grow better from disagreement than someone saying, yeah, you're right. But we have to be willing to grow. We have to keep it open at the top. So prayer is not writing a letter to Santa Claus. It's not even a thank you note to Santa Claus. Prayer is calling forth within you and your experience the quality of God. So affirming what you know to be true, think is true, want to believe, is a way to make it real for you. It's really important to know what you believe and feel. A lot of times we don't know it until something comes up to rub against it. We've all experienced that. We think something's going along, and then, boom, gee, I never thought of that. That's a good thing, because we live in, what, how many billion are we up to now? At least 8. And they all are influencing what the older writers call the race mind, the mind of humans together. Like the mind of humans on this planet usually refer to the sun as rising, which we know it does not do. We know it, but we still say it. And if I say the rotation of the earth, people will look and say, what? Oh, she means the sun rising. We're all speaking a language based on our feelings, our experiences. And that's why it's so wonderful that we know the universe works on the feeling, because sometimes the words we use don't really say quite what we mean. It may not be enough, it may be too much in one direction. The feeling in your heart, that knowing, that's what your life draws from. The deepest part of who you are. So, if there's something I want to be true, and I believe it can be true, then I may make an affirmation and use that as my prayer. Because I am getting myself in alignment with this good that I expect. Prayer doesn't mean you have your hands in a certain position, or you're on your knees, or you're looking down. You can be doing jumping jacks and be praying. In fact, I hope you are. Yeah, the wonderful thing is that knowing that God is everywhere present and centered in you. They say that God is a circle whose center is everywhere and circumference is nowhere. Because God includes. Everything about you is included in the plan that God has for you, which is your highest good. Who determines what's your highest good? You determine which one you're going to express. Let's be real, there's so much out here. You couldn't do it all. That's why we get to choose. You know? If you want to be the one with the beautiful new glasses and the purple necklace, then that's what you manifested today, and we get to enjoy that. Someone else, still God, same energy, chose another way to be. And I think one of the things I really love about Unity people is that we allow people to be who they are and who they think they are. Because all of us are living under a self-defined personality. And that's what we think of now as being true. But it's not the whole truth. It's not the whole truth of you. We all know more than we think we do. We can do more than we think. And that's why we have time. So we can experience those things. It's a tool. It doesn't run us. It's a tool. So just like any tool, you can pick it up, look at it, use it, throw it away. It's your choice. Now, sometimes, I forgot where I read it, they were referring to the rising of the sun as the turning of the planet and the turning of the galaxy and the turning of this universe. We forget all those extras. All that energy, turning, creating, it's in us. We are creative. I don't care if you can't draw. It's not about drawing. Your life is your masterpiece. Every thought you have has an effect. So let's say I saw something that I said no to, and it continues on in time. So I continue to say no to it. Denial, affirm what I do want, focus on what I'm thinking so that when those little stray thoughts come up, I can say, stop. Because we got to police our minds and hearts. That's what will tell us the truth. The other way is to look at your life. We manifest things because of our beliefs. Not 100% you. Remember, you live in a world with a whole bunch of people. And we affect everyone. So there's no blame when things happen. It's a chance for illumination. It's a chance to learn something. We learn from others' mistakes, from other situations, right? So learn from yours, but don't put blame. There's not blame. You came here to experience. So experience out. There are lots of different experiences out here. That's what we're here for. That's why we have these bodies. These bodies that feel and touch and experience the world. It's all here for us. Prayer is unity. The first part of prayer, in some traditions even they call it unified, is to know your oneness with God. When you can focus on the fact that God is everything, everywhere, and you are an integral part of that, doesn't that feel amazing? But it's true. It's not just a feel-good thing. You can see it in your life. Just keep living. As long as you keep living, you'll get some more. Guaranteed. No matter what we go through, we affirm that God is all there is, and that informs our way of thinking. When that's your foundation, it changes how you relate to everything. The things that we call bad, God is love. Pure love. Unlimited love. You know how much we love and how it feels. Feel that multiplied by a billion. It's really amazing how something, I know all of you have had a chance where you just felt the good in the world. You know, whether you personified it to you or just the beauty of our planet, all of us have touched that essence of pure good. The thing that I am anticipating with great joy is that we realize that all good is us and we live from that. Okay, I always use driving here. I had an hour flat. This voice said, "You're not going to make it. You're going to be late. There's a walking fast going right here." You know that voice. You got one, right? And then this one said, "So." Because we do have to shut off our automatic response of judging and putting things down or putting them in a category. We have to shut that off. You don't want them talking in the background. You're trying to be spiritual and talk about the truth, and the lie is continuing. You need that to shut up. Now, the technical term is unify. You are unifying yourself with the presence of God. But I think God has a great sense of humor, so I'm glad y'all can laugh with me. Because we do some funny things. We do things that we know. Have you ever done it where you're reaching for something and you know that's the wrong thing, but you're still reaching for it? I mean, you know. Why is that a universal human thing? I don't care what culture you're from. You do that. And we know it's not what we want. That's when your life is showing you what you believe. You know, you're awake, you're conscious. You know that's not for your good, but you do it anyway. That's when your life is showing you. Do you really believe this is not good for you, or do you believe that it is? And on what level and in what way? Yeah, it sounds like you've got to psychoanalyze yourself all your life, and you do, because you change. The truth that you knew 3 years ago may not even exist anymore. Or it might be so much bigger that you've got to enlarge your scope to really feel it. When you realize that God is all there is, which includes you, and God is all good and manifesting in your life and will always be with you and will always manifest, no matter what you do. Those little things that you shouldn't do, don't matter. God still loves you. God is still for your good and giving you everything you could possibly have. So we don't even look at that thing we're trying to correct. We look at God. Oh, I got this problem with my leg, and I got to take care of it. Well, I can take care of it, but I don't have to judge it as bad. I'm going to sit for a minute. Because that's the truth. I am dealing something with my leg. So I will be having soon surgery to correct the clogs. Is that a bad thing? No. And I had this operation before. But I was in an environment that was not full of love like you all are. And I really think that the reason this is manifesting so that I am healing in love. So I praise you and I thank you so much for your energy. It's going to bring me to tears. I just love you guys. And your love manifests, it radiates. So you are part of the great physician. And you are healing everyone. Not just the things you learned about, but some of the other things that are going on. Your energy changes the world. You, by the way you live and what you believe and what you put out there, you are a prayer. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the affirmative prayer that you are, affirming that God is all there is. And if you start from there, you got it. Love you.
Thank you, friends, for joining us in this journey of affirmative prayer. As we conclude our time together on this January 28th, 2024, may the wisdom and guidance shared by Reverend Judith Taylor inspire you to embrace affirmative prayer as a daily practice, enriching your spiritual journey and bringing forth positive change. For more spiritual guidance and resources, please visit our website at tylerunitycenter.org. Connect with our community by visiting our Facebook page and subscribing to our free weekly newsletter. And if you're in the Tyler, Texas area, we warmly invite you to join us at 14024 Highway 155 South for fellowship and inspiration. Copyright 2024 Tyler Unity Center. All rights reserved. May your prayers be a beacon of light and hope, guiding you towards a life of fulfillment and joy.